Hello and welcome to the Growing Green Landscapes Podcast with Jeremiah Jennings. While still in his early 20s, Jeremiah already runs a successful six-figure lawn maintenance company. Listen in as he and his guests share the things that have brought them success that can help you in your business. As a young entrepreneur in the green industry, Jeremiah emphasizes the tips and tricks involved in running a lawn maintenance business while discussing the principles applying to all small businesses. If you're wanting to grow, become profitable and professional, you're in the right place. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into another show here on the Growing Green Landscapes Podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode today. We are excited that GIE is coming up here in the future. We're excited for all the guests that we're going to get on from GIE, all the guests that we've had on. I just love guest interviews, and I've been hitting on that a lot recently, but I just absolutely love them. I think the value that comes out of them is just tremendous, and you just get so much out of having these good conversations with other guys that are in the industry, other businessmen, other entrepreneurs, and just really builds me up, motivates me, and I hope it motivates every one of you out there listening in the audience. So just want to say thanks for tuning in. Thanks to all of our guests that have come on in the past that have helped us create great quality episodes and gotten us to this point. But we have another guest interview today, and I'm excited for this one. I actually just listened to this interview with Paul on his podcast. Paul snagged you before I could. I was jealous, but I'm excited for this interview. And we have James Manske from Elkhorn Lawncare. Is it lawn care or landscape?
Lawn care.
Lawn care. Okay.
Lawn care. Yep.
Lawn care. You're in Nebraska, right?
Correct. Omaha, Nebraska.
Cool. Well, man, I'm excited for this interview. Excited to see where it takes us. You're also an author of, I see there, Thinking Horizontally. Is that the name of your book?
Yes, it is. So recently, that just got launched this June 2021. So it's been an exciting year so far.
Yeah, big things happening. Well, man, we'll just hop right into it. Kind of tell us about your backstory, kind of how you got started in the industry. I always love hearing the startup stories, how everybody got started, and how you've kind of built what you have today.
Sure. Yeah. So appreciate you having me on and excited to help out wherever I can with your audience.
Absolutely.
So I started when I was 15 years old, probably like a lot of people, just mowing houses in the neighborhood, non-commercial mowers, nothing fancy, just doing friends and family in the neighborhood that I could drive my riding mower to. And this was like a Snapper. I don't even know if that company's still around anymore, but it was like maybe a $400 riding mower back in the day, in the 80s. So that's how it started. And I realized that just working for yourself early on was the way to go. I did have some other side jobs. I mean, I worked for a bakery. And then just as I got older, it was, why am I putting in all this time and effort working for somebody else when I can do this on my own time, make as much money as I want, set my own schedules and go from there. So slowly just grew that through high school and college and added in different services, different divisions as time went on.
Well, that's awesome. So you started out young, got into it, and you just really had the entrepreneurial spirit is what it sounds like. You didn't want to be a slave to anyone else and got out there and made it happen for yourself. So Elkhorn Lawncare, is that the name that it originated as, or did you kind of change that as it grew?
Yeah. So I grew up in the Elkhorn area, just a suburb of Omaha.
Okay.
And early on, I just I had this feeling that it was going to be a growing area, which that's where everything has been growing in Omaha metro area. So I figured, okay, nobody has this name. If somebody Google searches lawn service or snow removal or anything with Elkhorn in it or around me, we're going to pop up first. So that kind of came in, when I was 16, 17 years old, that, hey, this is our area. We're proud of it. People recognize us as local and not a national chain. So it's something that we can build on from there. So that's kind of how it started. And it's been the best thing we ever did.
That's awesome. I love that you define your service area right there in the name. That shouldn't be a question that you get too often because you have it branded right there for everyone to know. So do you stay in Elkhorn or do you kind of go outside of there?
Yeah, so we handle the whole Omaha metro area.
Okay.
So from the Iowa border all the way to West Omaha, north, south, we hit all aspects now.
But when you were starting and growing out, that wasn't the case. So
exactly,
that Elkhorn name got you in that local community and really got you branded well there, right?
Definitely. And it's still a booming area. There's neighborhoods going up every year. There's new builds all the time. So when people just constantly search for services in that area, that's where our biggest footprint is that zip code. So we're getting still tons and tons of business from that just because of our name.
Yeah.
And early on too, I thought about, putting my name in it or initials or just something like Green Mowing or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, well, that doesn't really stick to anything. They don't know if you're national. They don't know if you're what part of town you're from. So we just need something that was concrete. This is the area. People are going to search the area. It's also a town. So it kind of was the best of all worlds.
We have a lot of guests that are going to be listening to this. A lot of listeners are going to be listening to this that are, we're mainly a lawn maintenance industry, I think, or the people that listen to my show, I think at least. A lot of guys out there cutting grass. So it sounds like to you, Elkhorn Lawncare is how you got started. What are some processes you think, some tips that you could give on? Well, first off, tell us, what is Elkhorn now? What is it built to? And then kind of tell us the process of building the company along the way and the steps involved in that.
Sure. Yeah. So we've got 7 divisions now. So we have a mowing division, fertilizing division, irrigation, which we do, installs and service, landscape maintenance, new landscaping, holiday lighting, and snow. So they all kind of tie into each other. Everybody has their set positions throughout the year. But then, as you know, holiday lighting kind of pulls some guys from all avenues, and then snow is everybody. So people are skilled where they can hop on to different things throughout the different seasons. So that's, we kind of service everything because we found that out early on where, why are we doing the mowing, but then True Green or national companies doing the fertilizing, and then another person's doing the irrigation? Why don't we just take all those under our roof? And then we have that contract for the whole season. We service all their needs. So we had that mentality early on. We still do that now with even more stuff. So now it's more of we're planning for next year. Hey, can we get their plumbing contracts too? Can we get their whatever it is, their electrician work? And then we just sub those out because I just want one call. They just call us for everything on their property and we manage it.
That's a great business model. So in growing, did you kind of teach yourself how to do all this stuff? Like, did you teach yourself how to fertilize a yard, or did you hire somebody who was already trained in that to start that division?
Yeah, great question. So early on, and I had a partner at the time, we both kind of focused on different things. So like I would go learn how to fertilize. He would learn how to do segmental wall installations. I would learn patios, something else. And then once we built that service up, so we'd offer it to our clients, emails or newsletters back in the day. We'd mail out a bunch of stuff. We can handle this for you. So I'd build it up, or we would build each individual division until it was making some money. We got some traction. And then I would hire somebody that either knew what they were doing already, so like a manager that could run that, or we'd bring somebody in new and we'd teach them from scratch. So it was more of just I didn't want to early on. I should have did it a lot sooner, but I wanted that income there already before we brought somebody in.
Yeah.
Plus, I know every service we offer of how to do it. Some of our techs for fertilizing know way more than I do now, but in the beginning stages, I had to learn everything so that way we could show. We do like the 3Ms: model, mimic, and master. So they could model what I was doing and then mimic it, and then it's mastered, and then that's its own division. So it just kept snowballing from there.
Yeah, I really like that approach. That's, but as you just said, don't look over the fact that you just said that of you wish you would have done sooner. You would have hired the guy who knew what they were doing.
Exactly.
And it's a risk. That's something that. So I'm a lawn maintenance company. We're pretty small. I'm owner operator, have a few employees, but we strictly do lawn maintenance right now. We do some softscapes, but as I build my lawn maintenance clientele, I get to that point where I'm like, man, I've got 80, 85 customers. I think probably 50 or 60 of them, their yards are getting treated. That's 50 or 60 yards I could probably pick up if I really wanted to. I could be doing the treatment on those yards, not giving somebody else that money. But I'm in that zone of, well, it's a lot to learn. You got to pass your licenses and get all that stuff. Or do I just take the risk and say, hey, we're going to hire somebody and go all in on it? So for the guy out there that's like that, and this, look, guys, I learn more out of these podcasts than probably my listeners do. I love teaching and connecting with these guys, so many people that have done this stuff. What would you say? Would you say if you had to go back and do it again, would you say take the risk, sell hard, build up your clientele, and just hire a guy that knows what they're doing? Or do you think I should go out and do it?
So I wouldn't change anything how I did in the past, because I learned so much from that process. But what worked for me or didn't work for me might be completely different for you or the listeners.
Absolutely.
But early on too, another option is just to contract out. So you have a partnership with somebody. So whoever your biggest fertilizing company is in your town, reach out to them. Say, hey, we're going to give you all of our fertilizing accounts. Give us 10% sales, or we bill it out. And we slowly grow that until it's, 500, 1,000, 5,000 customers. I'm sure you would hire somebody by then, but build it up to, 500, 700 or a couple hundred. And then you can hire in, and then it's a full-time job for somebody. So you can still make 10% at least on having somebody else do the work that's reputable. They know what they're doing. They've got the knowledge and experience until it's time to bring somebody in-house.
Yeah.
And then it's just a quick transition of, okay, we need somebody that's licensed already. We need somebody that knows what they're doing, and then they can take it all over. So that's an easy way to do it right now, even for you too. It's who's the biggest in the area.
Yeah.
How can we work together? And not just with fertilizing, with everything. I mean, I've got contractors that we sub out, like sod work. I don't like doing sod work myself or in-house. I'd rather just somebody that does sod all the time. They come out, they do it, we mark it up.
Hire the professional. The ones that do it all the time. That's huge. So you've kept Elkhorn Lawncare. You have a lot of different divisions here. Have you ever kind of contemplated or put serious thought into changing the name to like Elkhorn Enterprises or something, like, since you're trying to do so many different, like electrician, you said you're going to try to sub out some electrician work, to draw in that clientele of, if I'm looking for an electrician, I'm not going to look up Elkhorn Lawncare. I'm not going to call them.
Sure. Yeah, we've discussed that and talked about it, but we might just set up another entity altogether.
Okay. Yeah.
But for where we are right now, it's all about SEO also.
Yeah.
So if somebody types in irrigation work Omaha, we're going to pop up.
It's going to come up.
So, yep. And then they'll see all the services we offer on our website.
Yeah.
Because there's even companies, I mean, if you're a nursery, they're going to go to the nursery site, and then they see they do full maintenance anyways.
Yeah.
So it's not, I think it's once you just have that brand and people know that you can do everything, it's not a deterrent, but we've battled that too of, do we want to put lawn and landscape in there? But we get so many calls for landscaping that we just said,
what's the need?
Why even do that? Then we have to rebrand everything, change the LLC name, change all the decals, and just not, it was kind of an unnecessary change at the time. And
it sounds to me like y'all are branded very well in your city, your area. Would you say that you're like the top dog in that area if people are gonna, and not like a prideful way? I'm just saying, like, well, and I know this. If guys, you haven't heard James's other podcast with Paul, you have 40 something employees, correct?
Correct.
So I mean, you got 7 divisions, 40 something employees. It's a big company. It's a big company. It is what it is. In your area, everybody knows who you are. Is this what it sounds like?
Yeah, people know who we are, but we're not the biggest.
Okay.
I mean, there's companies with hundreds of employees here.
But you've branded the right way.
Correct.
That's what it sounds like to me, is even though you're not the biggest, you've branded well over the years, and now everybody knows the services that you offer.
Correct.
Well, that's cool. Branding something that is cool to me, and especially as a younger guy starting out and growing my company in the future, and for all you out there listening that is in that same stage of brand the right way now. Don't wait 15 years to try to have to change everything. For you, it's worked, but for some people, it might not work. You might have to end up going back and change your name 20 years down the road, and that's going to throw a lot of kinks in things. Yeah,
and don't be afraid to spend the money now.
Yeah,
get the good business cards, get the good decals. Have a professional design them. Don't try to do it yourself. Leave that to the professionals, because we've spent, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars wasted on trying to save money in the earlier days instead of just going to the right people first. You've got something that you can keep for 20 plus years, and then you don't have to worry about changing those logos, changing the designs for a while. And even if you do have something that you want to change, I mean, that's a good marketing move too. Say you want to go from JM Lawn Care in Omaha to something that kind of sticks more. You can make that into a marketing play where, hey, this is now this company. We are focused on this area. I just like the areas in the name.
Yeah. No,
it could be the sports team, it could be whatever, but that's what people are going to search.
It lets you know where you are, and that's I think it's huge. I love that, especially in our industry. The services that we're going to be providing, I think that's huge. And kind of what you're hitting on there is look at it not as a cost, but an investment. It's not how much the business cards cost. It's an investment in your business for years to come.
Exactly. Yeah, get something that's going to stand out.
Yeah.
You don't want something you just printed on your printer.
Yeah.
Get something that's super thick, glossy, or matte, and just have it. Wow. Like when we hand out our business cards, I designed them a couple of years ago. People look at them like, I've never seen a card this cool.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have who designed this? I'm like, I did. I just didn't want anything that was, blah or bland.
Yeah. Well, you make one of those cards where it doesn't just get thrown in the pile up on the dash or down on the door or the console. It's when you hold it, it's like, wow, like this is actually, it's like you're saying, it draws attention to the business and to the brand.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Set yourself up as the biggest professional in your industry.
Yeah, for sure. Well, so you've got a 40 plus employee company, 7 divisions here. Scaling is something that interests me a lot. I don't know that I want to do that in my business, but I know guys out there do. What are some kind of, and we don't have to spend an hour on this, but what are some tips, maybe some processes along the way to help somebody that wants to scale, somebody that is a sole operator right now, but they want to scale to 2 mowing crews or 5 mow crews, or maybe start an irrigation division, something like that. And I know we already kind of hit on the sub and out thing for the other services, but say we want to jump to 5 mow crews and we want to do that. We want to scale. I feel like where would you say the biggest steps are? Also getting from 1 to 2 or getting from 5 to 7? Like I feel like making that jump from 1 to 2 is huge.
Sure. Well, from a capital standpoint, I mean, mowing is one of the most expensive crews to add on. You need another trailer, mowers, everything. I mean, you're $70,000 in before you know it, and you haven't even made any money yet. Yeah. So mowing is tough. I'd say probably between the 1 to 3. After that, I mean, we can start one up once a year or twice a year if we had to, because then that gets the momentum going. Your customers, neighbors are seeing you all the time in their neighborhood. Yeah. And if you have that professional branding, that helps too. So now we get calls almost every day that we're turning people down because we just can't set up crews quick enough. Yeah. Like we're maxed all the time until we set up a new crew, and then they're maxed within a week. So it's tough to constantly add just from a capital standpoint and a staffing standpoint. But overall, that initial investment is big. So you have to always set aside to do so. And what we're trying to do too is kind of what I was talking about earlier, the 3 M's. With the main foreman, we always have to know, okay, who is going to be the next in line? Who's the assistant foreman that's going to take over that position? So we're always looking for that. You have to be able to train somebody on your crew. Here's how you're going to be foreman later this season or next year. And this is going to be your crew. Yeah. So we constantly want that mentorship, that training of you get everything down first, all the techniques, the do's and don'ts. And then by next season, you can have your own crew as long as you do this, 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 this. And then that same foreman will train a whole new group. Yeah. So that kind of multiplies at a quicker level, but it still goes down to the employees. I mean, people have to know what's the process and what's the opportunity. So if you're making whatever that amount is, okay, $15 to $18 could be crew members. Yeah. But you want to make 18 to 25 or more, you have to do this, this, this to become a foreman. So they can see that early on, even in the hiring process. These are the requirements to become a foreman. We're going to start you off here. Once you learn it and you're ready, we'll give you your own truck, and then you'll have your own clients to take care of.
Set that model up early and let them see what the process is as they come on. So that 1 to 3 stage is what you're saying is probably the hardest stage, and I would agree with that because you don't have a huge list of customers to go off of. You're kind of taking the risk of hoping you get more. Are you so? Are you? Would you say you max out as much? Like you get as many clients as you possibly can and fit on your route, and then make the jump, or would you take maybe the aspect of, I think I can grow it. You're pretty sure, like if you know the work's going to come in, like if you're getting consistent leads all the time, like you're getting the work, would you say, all right, let's just go ahead and start it and the work is going to keep coming? How would you kind of go about that if you were somebody out there? And I know everybody's different. Your answer isn't for everybody, so don't everybody. Let's preface that by saying James is not giving personal business like you have to do it this way. He's just going to say what a good assessment of what you think you would do or a good option would be.
Sure. What worked for us, we have subcontractors that also mow for us. So we will still feed them a bunch. I mean, we've got 5 different contractors that do mowing for us. So we feed them until they're maxed out. We help them grow crews too. But then at the end of the season, we say, okay, we're going to take back some of these. We're going to fill you with more as they come in. But usually we give out 75 to 100 mowing clients to those 5 contractors.
Wow. And
then at the end of the season, we'll take those back, and then that's a whole new crew.
How does that relationship work? Because that was actually a question that I was going to ask when we were talking about the fertilization of how do they react to you taking their customers away? What is that?
I mean, we won't take them all back. So
Okay.
We'll say, okay, here's the good ones. You're already in this area. So we don't want to take those away, but we'll take back, these 5 that are kind of more of a drive for you.
Mm-hmm.
So it saves them time too, but we're going to give them more as they come in.
And you've done it for a year, so they know you're going to get more work coming in.
Yeah. And some of our contractors we've had for 5+ years. So they know that they're still going to get paid. They're still going to get a lot of customers no matter what throughout the season. But by July, they're usually maxed out anyways.
Yeah.
So we usually take some of those back, bring them in house, start a new crew, and then feed them more. But we also pay more and charge more for mowing than those people. So they're getting more for that customer than if they were to find them on their own.
Yeah. So your big business is helping them out as a smaller subcontractor, and they know the work is going to come back to them. That is essentially what that is.
Correct.
That's a good model. I like that. I feel like that's a good way. Like you're saying, you can let them work. If you're getting overwhelmed, find somebody, let them take them on, and then at the end of the year, if you're ready to make the jump, pull some of those back, and then you have those customers there. I like that a lot. So in the divisions, what are you have 40? Is it 42? Or how many employees do you have right now? Or a rough number?
Yeah, I'd say 40 plus. I'm
40,
not sure.
Yeah, so right at 40 something. Yeah, right at 40 something. In this job market, let me ask you this: Are you looking for more people, or like are you always looking like we need more people? We need more people. Are you I don't even know what the word would be. I don't know. My mind went blank. Excuse me, but adequately. Are you adequately staffed? That's what I mean. In this job, in the shortage, the labor shortage, are you adequately staffed?
Yes. Yeah. So this year we've been very fortunate, and last year, I mean, we've been fully staffed, but there's always people that come and go, or they move, or with us, we'd rather be overstaffed than understaffed.
For sure.
Because somebody always is out of town, or they're sick, or a family member passed. So you never know about that stuff. So we always have to have backups, but the opportunity is still open for whoever wants to come in, fill out an application. We still post online because we don't want to miss the right person that could have went somewhere else.
You're always giving the opportunity for someone to get a job, but you're not like jobs start like, oh, I have to have somebody today. Like you're adequately staffed enough to get by, but you're quote unquote always hiring, that type
Correct.
of thing. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So and that's something too, where we're constantly looking, okay, who's the next main foreman? So we want to get whoever in that has the good attitude, because we can train the skill.
Yeah.
Can't train the attitude. So that way we can just constantly, okay, this guy's going to be the next up and comer. Let's put him on this track to be foreman or manager, whatever that is. And we can kind of see that early on. So we just don't want to, like I said before, I don't want to miss out on a good person with a great attitude that's looking to grow.
Yeah, just because you're adequately staffed like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that. Like that a lot. So with 40 something employees, what is kind of the breakdown? What is your biggest division? Is mowing your biggest division, or do you?
I'd say it's about the same as landscaping.
Okay, all right. So kind of what is the breakdown of the employees? Like office, what does your office staff look like? Because that's a big. 40 something employees is a lot of people to keep up with. It's a lot of payroll, a lot of that. So what does your kind of back end staff looks like, and then in field staff too?
Sure. So in the office, there's usually four office staff, and then with an operations manager, landscape designer, admin assistant, office assistant. So and they all wear different hats too.
Yeah.
So one is our marketing lead, one is payroll. So they all kind of help with phones and emails and all that, but there's still duties that have to be done. So usually about 5 or 6 people in the office total, but sometimes people are running out meetings, estimates, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
In the field, we've got everything's different. So like irrigation and fertilizing are one-man crews.
Yeah.
The mowing, we usually do 2 to 3, depending on the size of the properties.
Do y'all have a lot of bigger properties? Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no, you're fine. We have a lot of, there's a lot of like 10,000 plus square feet houses up to, acreages.
Yeah.
And
we have a lot of acreage down here. That's why I was curious.
Yeah, and we don't have a lot of HOAs. We don't take care of any HOAs mowing wise.
Really?
I guess I take that back, a couple, but they're not townhomes or anything like that.
Yeah.
So we did not want to get into a model where 4 people are stuck on one HOA for all day and one person's trimming for 8 hours.
Yeah.
I just didn't like that.
Yeah.
Because I used to do that back in the day. I'm like, this is very demoralizing, and
there's no other way to put it than it just sucks if you're that person.
Yeah.
There's no other way to put it.
So and then you only have the opportunity to sell to one person.
Yeah.
But in that same 8-hour time, they can do 20 plus customers.
Yeah.
Homes where we can do 20 different people for different services in addition to mowing.
Yeah.
So it just depends on what you're set up for. But we do have a lot of bigger properties in our area.
Okay. I didn't mean to interrupt you. So the employee, you were on the employee breakdown there. So pretty much every division is just different, right?
Correct. And then the same with landscaping, 3 to 4 man crews,
depending
on what they're doing. If they're maintenance, usually 3. If they're bigger landscapes, 4. But that we can always change it. Everybody's interchangeable. So, this day we're going to have 2 crews going to this project, or 2 2-man crews just for easy maintenance. So it really just depends on the project itself.
You kind of already answered my next question. I haven't even asked it yet. You kind of partly answered it at least. So my question is, in this labor shortage, and it's a worldwide thing or a nationwide thing at least, with these employees, how have you managed to retain them? And I say you kind of answered it by saying you didn't create that business model of somebody trimming in the same place for 8 hours a day. That's a good way to retain employees. What are you doing? What are y'all at Elkhorn? What is the environment that you've created? What are you as an owner doing? What are your supervisors, your foremen? What are they doing to keep the crew members and all those people involved in a part of the same team and creating a successful business?
The biggest is just making it enjoyable. So we're trying to do that as much as possible. We're always looking for new ideas. Nobody's perfect. But from outings, parties, we do bowling, baseball games. We had a casino night where we cleared out all of our office, and then a company came in, set up tables. That was just this spring, I think, and it was fake gambling, but we had a ton of awesome prizes.
Well, that's cool.
And it was very fun. A lot of people don't gamble, so they're like, "Oh, this is kind of interesting."
Yeah.
And then they want a free TV for never gambling before. Like Top Golf cookouts. So that stuff is a necessity. If it's once a quarter, even if it's once a year, if you're just starting out, but just that bonding, because a lot of our divisions don't see each other throughout the year, except on those events. But there still has to be some kind of, it's based on attitude too. Everybody gets people with bad attitudes, but we're trying to make that so we keep the good people with good attitudes.
Yeah.
So if somebody's got a bad attitude, they're always sick, they've they keep missing or something, we're trying to cut that early. Even if it hurts us, we know it's the best option. If you rely on that person a lot, you still need to cut it or it's going to spread.
Yeah. It's a long term. You're looking long term.
Yep. Because would you trust them to meet with your customers if they have a bad attitude?
Yep.
Right. So they've got a lid, they've got a break point where they're never going to be a manager or something or a foreman with that bad attitude and lead other people, and then they're going to have bad attitudes.
Yeah.
So between that, I know this year too, and last year with COVID, we gave way more pay raises than normal. Usually it's like a 3% or something if it's salary or increase a year. And this year I'm like, I don't want to mess with anything. I don't want to have people struggle. So we're just going to do larger lump sum pay increases. Okay. You go from $16 to $20 an hour or whatever it is. Because I just want people to be happy and taken care of. And we even have bonus structures. So like for employee referrals, anybody you refer to us, we do $250 a month for 4 months, as long as that referral stays with us. So every 30 days, the referral stays with us, you get $250. And some of our main guys have brought in 5-6 people in a year. So it's an extra $6,000 for just putting the word out there.
Yeah, literally. Hey, this is a good place to come work.
Yeah. And it's easy. But then we also have, like simple IRA, we've got different options as well. Salary, time off, holidays, commission structure. So if there's anything you upsell or cross sell that they haven't done with us before, we pay out 5% for that year over year. So if that person continues to do business with us on your sale, you get 5% that just keeps compounding every year.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
so you have to look at different ways to have people make money too in your company. It can't just be hourly.
Yeah. 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 You got to create different structures, like you're saying, different ways for it to happen. So it sounds like the company culture there is great, just from all the events that you're doing, and the incentive for people to stay there sounds great. Do you get a lot? What is your turnover? Do you have a lot of turnover? Or are y'all pretty good at keeping? And I know we're talking employee retention. Do you have a lot of people move up from crew member to foreman, that type of thing, or do you have a lot of people that come in and just say, "I just want to weed eat for the summer and then be done"?
Yeah, no, we've got a bunch of people that move up. So a lot of people just start out, but then we usually are strategic. Okay, this person, do they have a driver's license or valid or can drive? And then we kind of analyze, okay, this is the next option for the next crew. And we talk to them, hey, you're doing great. You need to improve on this. This is what we're thinking. You'd be making this much. So there is a lot of advancement, but you still have to fill that position back up right away with crew members.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is something that we're always looking at. Who's the next up and coming? Who wants to? And people can switch. We've had mowing foremen go to landscaping to fertilizing tech.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
There's the opportunity to kind of move around too and try different things. So we really it's just more communication. How's it going? What can I help you with? What do you like, don't like? What can we improve on to make your job easier? What's your future look like? Do you want to run a crew? Do you want to make $100,000? Do you want to just have Fridays off? All that stuff you have to take into account.
Yeah. And that's one thing that I've learned just with my guys that I have is you got to find out whether they want to or not, because you're not going to make anybody do anything. If they don't want to do it, then you don't want them doing it also. I would love for the guy that I have to become a foreman and run a crew, but I've talked to him and he's like, I don't want that. And he's an invaluable crew member. He does great work. He can mow, he can do everything, but he just doesn't want the responsibility of being a foreman. And
sure,
that's okay. Now that I know that, I can plan for the future and hire someone else, because if he's content where he is, that's okay. Let him stay there and excel at that. But don't try to force something on somebody that they're not they don't want to do it, because that's just going to create bad results for both of you. And
that might not be his niche.
Yeah.
Right. He might like selling to people. You don't know.
Yeah.
Or you might get him an estimating vehicle, and he goes out and creates so much business doing that than being on the mowing crew.
Yeah.
So it's what are they really good at that you can utilize and help them make more money by doing that as well.
Yeah. You just creating different. It's like you're saying, different ways to be paid, but also different ways to advance in the company, different job positions. Don't be so minded on, oh, you have to weed eat or mow and drive a truck. Like, there's different ways to grow the business, especially when you get to that scaling point of getting, as an owner, getting out of the business and hiring people on to grow it for you. That's all really cool stuff. So we've talked about the different divisions and the employees and stuff. That's great advice for anybody out there that's wanting to scale to retain employees. That's all stuff that I will take, and I'll listen to this again if I ever get to that point where I'm trying to scale and stuff. But one thing that I know that y'all do, and you hit pretty big on this, to keep people busy year round, and that is holiday lighting. And this is something that I really want to kind of dive in depth here for 5, 10, 15 minutes and discuss some of this, because it's something that I've teased about doing on here before, but I'm actually going to get into it this going into this fall / winter. In the holiday season, I'm going to start doing some Christmas lights and stuff. So I'm interested in it. It really interests me. I think there is, like you say, there is definitely money to be made in it if you do it the right way. So kind of tell me, how did you start doing holiday lighting? And then I don't know, how do y'all do it now? What does your pricing structures look like? And not dollars amounts, you don't have to do that, but like, how do y'all price? And just some different breakdowns, because I know that's a field that a lot of people would like to be in, but they've never done it. So they're like, well, how would I do this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great question. And it's something that I never knew was going to be this big.
Really?
Looking back 10 whatever years ago, we started doing this service, but it was a way to keep people year round. I never wanted to let people go in the winter because I didn't want to try to have to hire them if they went to a different job.
Yep.
So that was the biggest thing for us in our region. We don't have year-round mowing or landscaping. I mean, we have snow and other stuff. So holiday lighting was a great buffer between like that fall and spring time where we could just add additional labor, work to do, and income at the same time. So for now, I mean, we start here in about a week and a half with installation. So it goes from mid-October through beginning of December. And then our takedowns start right after the first of the year, all the way through February. So it's an extra
almost time
4
to mow
to 5
again.
months. Yeah. And then it's 4 to 5 months of extra work to keep everybody busy. And it's nothing that's too strenuous. I mean, there's no equipment maintenance. There's no engines. There's no fuel.
You buy the material
ladders.
and some ladders.
Yeah. So that's the best thing that we have found. And I mean, we take care of mostly residential, but that's where you go over your option to cross-sell to your clients. Okay. We also offer this service, send out something to everybody who's interested. Then you can start building that up quickly.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of residential, a lot of HOA neighborhood entrances, and it's the referrals now that people are calling us because there are some standard, okay, C9s just across the roof line is still fine. It's easy, but we try to say and give people options of this would really look cool for your house. This is unique. You're not going to be like anybody else. So it's more of like a high package or just the regular style.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different things with holiday lighting you can do. And we're lucky. So we use Bright Ideas Decorating. They're Omaha based, and that having that close by to learn how to do it, to properly price, they were very helpful in the beginning years. And they're one of the biggest distributors in the US for that product. A lot of innovating stuff. And that it's kind of weird because so many people in Omaha do lighting. And I've been to other places around the US where, excuse me, it's not, you don't have whole streets doing professional lighting. Here it's like they're keeping up with the Joneses. Hey, I saw them have snowflake linkables, or these people had a animated Santa putting into a putting hole with, or a hole with elves around them. Like, I want all that stuff. That is
crazy. No, you're right, because down here, I mean, we don't have, I know of one company in my whole, within 30 miles of me, I know one company that does it, and that's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And here there's hundreds.
Yeah.
There's hundreds of companies doing holiday lighting, and it's the same thing because it's a short window. So you can only get to so many before it's too late. So right now, I mean, every year we get more maxed out. We're maxed out this year. We had another crew, they're maxed out next year. So it's just a tight window. But lately last year was a great year for holiday lighting because everybody was home. So we got a lot of new business last year because of COVID. They wanted to enhance their house because they were staying home all winter.
Yeah.
And with meetings and everything. So we've created a catalog, an internal catalog of here's the different styles, options. Here's what we've done for other people. Check this out. Which do you like? And then they will respond. We estimate their house out based on linear feet of roof line or gutters or trees. And then we've got an estimator too. So you input all that information in. It says your cost, what the markup is, or the retail price. And then it's based usually off of linear feet for labor, cording, bulbs, all that stuff.
How do you get the feed? How do you get the footage? I know some people do like just satellite views and they just look at it, or do y'all like actually go out there and walk it? Like, how do you measure the roof lines and figure that out?
Yeah. So we use like a satellite program too. So we can just measure out the linear feet, but we also look at Google Street View too.
Yep.
And we kind of tell, but we always kind of overestimate. And then we just say, if there's anything different by the time we do it, we'll adjust the invoice.
Yeah.
So if we use 10 less bulbs, I mean, nobody cares about that, or 10 less linear feet. Yeah. But for a lot of stuff, if it's a very big property or an HOA, we have to go look at it no matter what.
So how do you, and I guess it's one of those things, once you do it enough, you just kind of learn how, like, I mean, it's just the same way as I cut yards every day. I can just look at the yard and know how long it's going to take me and that type of thing. But when it comes to like the peaks and stuff of roofs, like I know with a gutter line, you can just walk along the house and kind of measure it out that way. But when you get up into like putting the lighting up on the peaks and stuff, how are you getting those measurements? I mean, you just kind of like, is it kind of like I said, you just done it so long that you guys just know about how much it is?
Yeah, and most all of the houses, we know it's going to take X amount of time. But the first year to set it up is always more time because you're building it out new, you're custom cutting all the lines, you're bending linkables, or you're unboxing product. Yeah. And then after that, we just know that the first year, okay, we might break even on time, but the next year it's going to be, 2 hours instead of 4.
Do you see good return? Do you see good return, really?
Yep. Like I said, because there's no other cost than just labor.
Yeah.
So there's no fuel or maintenance or anything like that you have to worry about. So it's okay, what do you want to make per hour? If it's 60, 70, 80 bucks an hour per man, then you already know this is going to be a 3-hour house, but we still have a minimum. Like we're not going to any house for less than $400 for install. Yeah. And then for takedowns, a minimum. And then we also store the lights here for people that want us to store. So there's 3 labor profits based off of one season that kind of builds that whole division.
So you say you keep the lights there. I've actually seen about this. Do y'all do like a renting and a purchasing option? So like, we
don't do any renting.
Okay.
So it's just a purchase. They own them outright.
Okay.
And if they want to move, they can take them with them, or they can sell them to the homeowner that was already there, or that buys their house.
Would y'all ever buy them back from a homeowner?
No.
Okay.
No, because once they're used, I don't like giving them to anybody else, because then it's kind of an inferior product. Hey, we're going to sell you or give you somebody else's used lights. Yeah. We're the best. You're going to get new. Yeah. It's that new car smell per se. Yeah. And this is yours. You own it. You can do what you want with it. I don't want to get into the renting. I know a lot of people that do that and they make good money, but you still have old product in the mix.
I like the new thing as well. I think if I do it, I am doing it. I think that's the route I'm going to go. Is you just purchase them. That's it. Like I'll store them for you, but you got to purchase them. Do you just bank into your price the storage, or do you like charge a month like a $5 monthly fee to store it at your warehouse or wherever you keep it?
Ours is just a flat rate. So
okay.
Or for new customers, they're gonna see an itemized estimate invoice. So it's gonna have all the product at the top, subtotal. Here's what your installation is gonna be. Here's what your takedown is gonna be. Here's what your storage is gonna be. And for new people, they've got to pay it all up front to get on the list. So we get a lot of storage just up front. I don't want to separate it out because they range from $100 storage to $3,000. So I don't want to have to separate it out every single month for that. I'd rather just get it all in. Yeah. And then it's taken care of for the whole year.
I completely understand that. Keeps the QuickBooks looking a lot cleaner.
Exactly.
So can they store them at their house if they want, or do you make them store them at your property?
We have both options. So if they want to store it, that's perfectly fine. A lot of people have different rooms where they're not even using, so they can
Yeah.
put all the stuff there. But we don't offer any warranty.
That's
on any
exactly what I was going to.
product.
Yep.
So we do 2-year warranty on all the product if we store it.
Okay.
Because we've gotten to people, and everything happens for a reason, right?
Yep.
We had to put that in there because they bought brand new, they put it in a shed, and then mice chewed up all the cords.
That's exactly what I was going to ask.
We need to warranty this.
Yep.
Like, there's no way we can't.
There's no way. Yeah. That's cool. That's exactly what I was going to ask. Is if they keep it at their own house, is there any way? I mean, because when you go back out there, it's exactly like you said. If bulbs are broken, are they going to expect you to replace those? So you don't warranty anything if they stays at their property.
Exactly. Okay. There's no warranty. So, but I mean, for a bulb, if a bulb went out,
well, yeah,
who knows what happens? If it's a giant contract, I'll just swap it out for a couple bucks.
Yeah.
And then just tell them, hey, you had one out. But if it looks like it was broken or stepped on and all that stuff, I mean, then we've had people, we tell them that, like, these were all brand new last year. They were all working and somebody messed with them and you're gonna have to change out half of it. And they get mad, but
it is
couple $100 storage fee would have handled all of this.
Yep.
And you'd get it all new.
Yep.
But it also wouldn't have happened at our facility.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly. That's why you pay to keep it there. So it sounds like you do a lot. Do y'all do like inflatables and stuff? I know you're talking about the Santa putting in the thing.
No, we don't do any inflatables. Okay. So they're all LED aluminum frame designs.
Okay, structures. All right.
Yep, okay. Correct. Honestly, there's so much cool stuff out there.
Yeah.
Like,
it is. I love it.
Everybody.
Yeah.
But the inflatables kind of took away from that professional aspect.
Yeah.
So we just people ask us to put them up. We say, we can't. We're not touching any of that because then it makes us look like we're a Home Depot or Lowe's product type of company. And that's not professional. We're
on the same wavelength. I said that you can go to Walmart and buy one of those if you want it. Don't come here and expect to get one put up. For the lights, how do you store those? I mean, it sounds like you got a lot of customers for just like your C9 strand lights. Do you just put them in like buckets? How do y'all do that? Because that's something that kind of interests me. That sounds like you got a lot of stuff to store. So how do you do it efficiently?
So that's a great question, and it's changed, and I'm sure it'll change again in the next couple of years. But we get boxes from Uline. So if they've got a bunch of cording or box, so we'll box it, put a name on it, either put it up on pallet racks.
Okay.
What we've been doing recently, so above my offices right here, we've got a mezzanine that's like 3,000 square feet, and we run wire cable. There's 5 lines or 6 lines above us, and it's all broken out by line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with A, B, C, D all the way to Z for like the joists of the building. So for those customers, we will bundle it up. If it's greenery, we'll wrap it with a plastic bag and hang it with a tag. And then on their notes or their customer folder, we'll put, okay, they're located in 1F. Wow. And then when it's time to pull it down, there's aisles and everything. They just unhook it. We hang them all on hooks. So just unhook it, bring it down on the forklift or the ladder. And then that's the easiest way we've seen because we can compact way more than boxes.
Yeah. Yeah. That is efficiency at its finest. That is, because that was one of my worries is if I do offer the storage fee, and where am I going to keep all this stuff and how am I going to do it effectively? So that's
back
pretty
in the
cool.
day, we used to do it just in the top of our warehouse because we had a 20-something foot high ceiling. But then we had all this room that wasn't being utilized. So we just had lights hanging everywhere. It was crazy. But then you could also see and bring them down before you install it. So we'd always bring down that week before for the next week's installs, have them prepped and ready for each cruise day. And then it's just ready to go. But that is a big moneymaker on just storage for not touching or doing anything for 11 months out of the year.
That could probably pay your rent half of the time or your building mortgage, whatever. Utilities.
Yeah, and it does. It does. It's a lot of money when you start adding them up.
Yeah. But
you have to make sure you're still covering. If you do offer that warranty, you have to make sure the storage fee still has some of that built in too.
Yeah.
So if they just spent $50,000 with you on lights, you can't have $100 storage fee.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's a lot of
lights.
You
have to kind of play that. Yeah. You have to play that in there too in that pricing.
How do y'all price? Do you do? I heard you say man hour. Do you price by the foot? It's a dollar price for the foot. Is that right?
Typically,
that's how most people do it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. For C9s, it's by the foot.
Okay.
for linkables and you start adding greenery, wreaths, all this stuff, we've set up just minimums in our Excel estimator or Google Sheet estimator. Okay, it's X amount of linear feet for the roof line and gutters, peaks, everything. That gives you a labor price for that. And then take down everything. It's just a multiplier.
Yeah.
Right. So it's X for install. It might be 75% of the install for takedown and then 50% for storage or whatever it is for you.
Yeah.
But for linkables, and I'm not sure if you know what I'm talking about for linkables, do you?
Not really, no. I'm just following
along. You have to check out brightidea.com.
Okay. Yeah.
They're Omaha company since 92. He's been making this stuff forever. Cool. Started in his parents' basement and just blew up to nationwide distributor. And so it's stuff that's really unique. But they're metal frames, so they're 44 inches long, and you can clip them onto the gutters or peaks, have little tabs to go under the shingles, and it's easy. It's way quicker, but it costs more than C9s. Okay, but we still have the same kind of labor price.
Yeah.
But storage is going to be more because it's a lot bulkier.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm definitely going to look at that. That sounds like a cool option.
Yeah. And there's something there for everybody. Yeah. That's the best part. If it's not just C9s, you want to wow your street or your neighborhood, there's the options for that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And something you kind of threw in there that I want to hit on right here before we wrap things up is minimums. I feel like minimums is a huge thing that you need to have in every aspect of your business. Would you agree with that?
For sure.
Even you're not going to send an irrigation tech out for a service call, and it might take them 5 minutes. They're not going out to that property for less than whatever that your minimum is in your business, correct?
Exactly. Unless it's something you messed up.
Well, yeah.
I mean, for us, it's $79 for a service call for irrigation, but that includes any labor for that first hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except minus parts. Yeah. So they'll go through as much as they need to check everything, but it's still, they've got to get there. There's fuel involved. There's overhead involved, and you have to be able to bill out their wages. So you have to do that, and even for every other service too.
I think one of the biggest things that plays into there is in the lawn maintenance world, because my thing is when you're doing these little garden homes, the yard might actually take you 10 or 15 minutes to do it. It might take you 10 minutes. You unload the trailer, you zip through it on a little stander, and you're back on. You're out of there in 10 minutes. But people have got to realize you can't charge $20 for that yard, because you have $75,000 to $100,000 worth of equipment sitting there, and does it almost feel, to me, it almost feels wrong to charge $45 or $50 for that yard, but it's business. You can't take care of old lady crampet, as Caleb Allman would say, and maybe it's a sweet old lady, not even a crotchety one, but somebody that is out there and you want to take care of them, but you got to make money. Like, that's the thing in business is you wouldn't have a company with 40-something employees if you didn't make money along the way. And so those minimums of charging whatever it may be, $40 for me, I cannot show up to a yard for less than $45. That's it. That's the absolute minimum I can be there for. I can't drop my trailer for that.
And the best thing is you can say no.
Yeah.
Okay, it's too much for you. That's fine. Well, there's somebody else that'll pay that.
And that's another. God, I hit on this all the time. You got to learn to say no, though. You have to. And I mean, how many times do you think you say no in a year in y'all's business? Thousands, probably. Thousands. Yeah.
But here's the funny thing. So let's say, I've got a price sheet. We go off per 1,000 square foot. So anything under 4,000 square feet is one price, because they still have to drive and get there.
Yep.
And labor and everything. But people will balk at it and question it. Oh, why are you so much when I could have a neighbor kid doing it for $25? So that's fine. Go for it. I mean, it's not going to hurt us or make us millionaires with your $45 account or $40, whatever it is. But, they come back to you though.
Yeah.
And that's how it always happens.
Yeah.
You can't if they don't like the price, wait a year, that person's not taking care of their property anymore, they call you back.
Yeah.
Okay, let me jump on yours because you have people that'll answer the phone when I call. You guys will take care of me. You're professional looking. You're not in a cutoff or shirtless smoking a cigarette while on my property. So all that stuff goes into it too. Plus, you're licensed, you're insured, you have workers' comp. I mean, that's something that nobody thinks about.
Yeah.
If somebody gets injured on their property, on their roof during holiday lighting, and it's a neighborhood kid, that homeowner's liable or is liable for that. So you have to make sure that people are aware of that too. If somebody gets hurt it's on our insurance.
Yeah.
So you don't have that burden if something was to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. That's huge. Those are all tips that you can take and implement in your business. And I don't even know if I'd consider those tips. I would say those are rules. I mean, it's a rule you need to have a minimum. It's a rule you have to learn to say no, because if not, you won't be here. And run through that real quick. What were those stats you were giving out on Paul's podcast about businesses, how long they last?
Oh man,
it was insane.
It was crazy. I think it was like 25, and don't quote me exactly.
Yeah.
I don't have it pulled up, but I think it was 25% fail in the first year, and I think it goes to 35 or 40% within 3 years, 55% within 5 years, and like 65.
Yeah. I think it was up there at like 70-something almost to 70% in 10 years.
80% like before 10.
Yeah. That's insane.
So you've got to stay in business. And something else that we've realized too is if you're not raising your prices every year, something's wrong. You've got to raise it something. I mean, people are okay with paying $1 more for gas or $100,000 more for a house. I mean, they see it everywhere, but then they question it in our business. But if not everybody raises it together, there's an issue, because then somebody's just going to come in and undercut. So we constantly are raising when we get maxed out. Okay, our snow routes are 100% full. That's an issue because our prices aren't high enough. Yeah. So if your mowing routes all the way full, your prices need to be raised.
Nobody's telling you no.
Somebody's going to pay more, and then that'll bump out your lowest cost per cut customer.
Knock out the bottom feeders and take on the high end ones that are paying the right rates. That's all huge stuff, man. Well, let's hear, as we wrap things up, man, we're almost going on an hour here. I don't want to take too much of your time. I want to be respectable and just so thankful for you coming on and doing this podcast today. Let's hit on your book real quick, Thinking Horizontally. What is that? What is kind of the basis on that, and tell everybody about it, where they can find it and stuff.
Sure. Yeah. And I've been helping companies and consulting in the past. I just want to reach more people. And I figured that's an easy way to reach out to everybody nationwide. I've got some people in Canada that have implemented some of the stuff, and even in Europe. And so it's an easy way for me to get as much information as possible to everywhere. So Thinking Horizontally, the idea came up by just finding corollary opportunities based off of what you're currently doing. So utilizing your staff, your assets, your skills to find other avenues to make money or to be more profitable, whether that's internally, externally, cross-selling, upselling. So that's the premise of it. But it goes through a lot of other things too. I mean, realizing your potential, whether you're a seasoned person or just starting out, you can use it, and just breaking from that plateau state just to elevate your success. But even simplification, understanding and how to properly do analytics to know what you're even doing in your business. Mm-hmm. That's a huge one. I'm very analytical, so I need to see everything in as much detail as possible to be able to make decisions. Okay, do we need to raise our mowing price? Do we need to look at scrapping this service altogether because it's costing too much money? So it kind of goes into all of that, hiring talent, keeping people on retention. So a little bit of everything. And that can be something that will jump your thought process. It'll start that to just think differently. And it's worked for numerous people. That's how I went from one company to, I've got 5 different companies that all kind of play off of each other to keep people busy in the winter, to utilize what we already have to create other income as well. So just by thinking that different, thinking a little bit differently and just stepping away, it can make the biggest difference. So you can find that it's on Amazon, or you can go to jamesmanske.com/thinking horizontally. And those are 2 ways to find it as well. And it's something that I think really is helpful for a lot of businesses.
Absolutely. That sounds like an awesome outline. I need to hook up with you and get one of those copies. That sounds like an interesting read, and like you can help everybody out there in their business. Well, man, it has been an honor to have you on today. I really appreciate your time. Where can everybody find you on social media if they want to connect with you or reach out and say thanks for the interview, stuff like that?
Sure. Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, just James Manske. If you search that, you'll find me. Another thing too, I wanted to give your audience is a free workbook. So I've got 7 keys to break stagnation and just kind of help start that process of thinking differently too. But you can get that on my website, it's jamesmanske.com/workshop. And if you just scroll down about halfway, it's going to say VIP access workbook. And if you just put in your information and your podcast, then I will send that off to everybody and help everybody's business with the free workbook as well.
Awesome. Well, guys, if you're interested in that, that's those 7 steps. Go to we'll put all that in the show notes and kind of guide you to it and where you need to go and all the stuff you need to put in there. So that's awesome. Go check that out. Check out the workshop. Check out James's book. And if you enjoyed today's interview, reach out to him. Let him know that you're thankful for his time, and because it means a lot to me. And I hope some of you out there get some value out of it. I know I did. Well, James, do you have anything you want to leave everybody with, or are you good to wrap it up here?
I'm very grateful. Thanks for having me. I mean, I wouldn't be where I'm at without a great staff and support.
Yeah.
And people like you that are sharing knowledge, because this wasn't around when I started.
Yeah.
So big kudos to you and everybody that's helping as many people in the green industry as possible, because I had to learn it the hard way.
Yeah.
And I wish I would have known you, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Because it'd be a whole different ballgame right now.
Well, I'm thankful for
your audience.
I'm thankful for all of y'all. And I almost forgot again. I can't do this. And here we go. I didn't warn you, James. I didn't warn you this question was coming. But this is a new segment we're doing at the end of every episode here. I just have one simple question, and you can go as deep or as surface level as you want. But I want to know this about some people. What is your why? What is your why that you get up and run a 40-person company every day? What keeps you going?
So for me, I want to help as many people as possible. I want employees. I want to be able to hire and have employees and people I've touched make as much money as possible and live great lives. So I want to help as many people just by doing that, whether it's me hiring them, me subbing out stuff to them, or me consulting them, because it's not fun if you're the top, company or business owner, or you're a millionaire, billionaire, and you have nobody to share it with.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to have a jet with all my employees and we can go wherever we want, because I don't want to be on the jet by myself. That'd be boring.
That's right.
So that's my why. I want to help the community as much as possible, future entrepreneurs, future business leaders, and of course my whole staff, because they're what's helping this company grow to where it's going.
Well, that's awesome. Help everybody else and you'll be helped out. Don't be selfish in this life. We've been given so much. The Lord has blessed us with so much. The opportunity to do this, just the opportunity for us to connect from me in Alabama and you in Nebraska. Like technology's advanced so far. So take what little bit that you've learned from someone else and feed it to someone else, like James is doing
Exactly.
here. Take what you've learned, you put it in a book, you put it in this workshop, and give back to the community. Give back to somebody else who might benefit from it. So, well, that's awesome, man. I so appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're out there and you enjoyed it, leave those all-important ratings and reviews. They really do help us social-proof the podcast. It helps us get out there to a greater community and really just grow this thing one relationship at a time. As we said, GIE is coming up. It's GIE month. It's October now, and I'm excited to be there, excited to meet all of y'all and build some more relationships here as we go in the future. So you can connect with us on Instagram at Growing Green Landscapes, or you can email me. All that stuff will be linked down in the show notes, as well as James' information. So that's going to wrap this one up. James, thank you for your time, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you, man. We're doing this on a Friday here. We're going to go enjoy the weekend. Might play a little golf this weekend. Who knows? Watch a lot of football for sure. So, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we hope to catch up with you here on the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green Landscapes podcast. We know you have many other podcast options to choose from, and don't take it for granted that you chose to spend some time with us today. You can connect with Jeremiah Jennings at Growing Green Landscapes on Instagram, or use the link in the show description. Don't forget to smash the follow button on the podcast and leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. We hope you crush it in your business and hope to catch you on our next episode.